Hey everyone, it's Christian, and today I have a very exciting video because not only are we going to be talking about the new eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be showing you two looks with kind of featuring a more natural look with this eyeshadow palette and one that's a little bit more bold that I'm currently wearing. So no matter if you want to play on the smokier side of this palette or keep it super natural, I'm going to show you exactly how to play around with the new Athr Beauty Rose Quartz palette. I had so much fun filming this. I hope you guys enjoy. Grab your wine, grab your coffee, grab your brushes and your products. You can snag an Athr palette and we can get it shipped to you, and I feel like you're gonna get the most out of this video sitting down and following the steps step by step with what you have, and that's honestly the easiest way to learn makeup. That's how I started, and there's a starting point somewhere for everyone, and practice makes perfect. So I'm gonna get into a little bit about the brand and then we'll start the video. So if you guys haven't been following along this brand with us, just a little bit of background information is Athr Beauty is like the ultimate eyeshadow brand, to be honest. Not only are they super sustainable with their packaging, how they source their ingredients, how it's made here in the US, but in addition, on any level of standard, her shadows are absolutely amazing. And once you use them, it's kind of crazy to say, but even in person, I feel like her shadows look even prettier than how they photograph because they are made with crystals that reflect the natural light around you. So I even feel like it's sometimes really hard to photograph her shadows because there is like beauty in being able to see them and how they move in person. When I wear her eyeshadows out, I get tons of compliments from random strangers, even just like at the grocery store, just because again, I feel like in person, her shadows are just stunning. So just a little bit of information about the eyeshadow palette is it does have 3 old shades from the other palette and then 7 new shades. And they're all very neutral, kind of like more that rosy, cool tone look. The other really nice thing about this palette is it's now a little bit smaller. It now has 10 shades instead of 12, and now there is a really nice price reduction. So instead of $58 for the 12 shades, you get this eyeshadow palette for $48. I feel like it's honestly like the perfect shadow for like your everyday girl. You can play a little bit more adventurous in the smokier shades or keep it super neutral. I feel like you'll have lots of options for different looks. And because the shadows are so neutral, they're just gonna be really easy to play with. I'm gonna show you multiple different looks during this video. I'm gonna show you a version of a natural look, and I'm gonna show you a version of a more vampier look. This is what we ended on. So I think there's something to learn, a thing or two throughout the video. I hope you guys enjoy watching, and I will see you guys in our next video. So let's get started with face makeup first. I'm going to be actually using, I feel like I'm going through a little bit of a transition with it starting to get a little cooler here in Wisconsin. So I actually recently picked up my favorite fall and winter foundation recently. So I'm switching up to the Sappho Essential Foundation, and I'm gonna make myself like a little foundation cocktail. It's one of my favorite things to do if I'm going all out and about. So I'm gonna take about 2 pumps of the Sappho foundation, and I'm in the shade Mia right now. And then I'm gonna be using the Athr Beauty Desert Moon Illumination Oil because we are going to be glowing with all kinds of crystal magic. So I'm gonna take a dropper and do about a half a dropper into my foundation. And I'm gonna use my favorite foundation trick right now, which is to put a spritz of the Clove & Hollow Lock and Rock Priming and Setting Spray. I feel like it just makes my makeup last so much longer, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then swirl a brush in and get it all mixed up into like this amazing clean beauty, like half skincare, half serum, half like amazing shyness foundation. The ratios don't make sense there, but they don't have to. So I'm just gonna take it on my brush and start buffing this into my skin. All right, and then now that I have this all blended in, as you can tell, it's like a very like light coverage option, and it honestly just makes your skin feel and look like silk. So that has been my go-to foundation cocktail recently. And then I'm just gonna apply my Kosas tiger stripes of concealer, just kind of at random all over my face where I feel like I need it. So I usually put it underneath the eyes, right on the forehead, and then a swipe down my chin, and then sometimes I like to put just like a little swipe down my nose as well. And then because I have some scarring from some blemishes that were not very fun, I'm going to apply a swipe there as well, and then get it blended in with my concealer brush. To give everything a good set, I'm gonna go in with the Kosas Cloud Setting Powder in the shade Airy and just press this right along where I put the concealer, just to make sure that my makeup is going to last throughout the day. And I feel like I love this feeling and setting of this powder. It also just gives you like a really nice like pore minimized look. And I don't like to apply it everywhere. I just like to apply it pretty much where I laid that concealer down. Next, I'm going to be going in with the shade Arrows, which is a cream contour shade from Ritual Defeat. I actually like broke my makeup compact, which when it closes fine, but it's also really sad when that happens. It's like, anyway, I'm just going to take it on a fluffy contouring brush and just give myself a little bit of a sculpted cheek, chin, and even down my nose as well today. To kind of, once I've got the contouring shade done, I like to sweep it in a downward motion just a little bit. This actually helps kind of like chisel out your face and make it look a little bit on the slimmer side of things. And then I also like to just go over my hairline and really press the contouring shade into the hairline to give myself just a really dimensional face look. For blush today, I'm going to go in with the shade Desire from Ritual Defeat, which is like a really pretty, like muted ballerina pink. It's one of my favorite fall shades to use now that we're kind of like getting back in the hint of fall. And I'm going to keep my blush pretty high and around my eye area as well, just to kind of lift up the look, but not take away too much and make this like a super like blush intense look. So for highlighter, obviously we have to, I'm going in with the Pure Diamond highlighter from Athr. I'm just going to take it on my blush brush, and because I want it to be a pretty highlighted look, I'm going to like just sweep this right along my cheek and just enjoy that super highlighted look. As you guys know, highlighter is my favorite product, so I will put it absolutely everywhere. Okay, so now that we've got our face all set and ready, we're gonna start getting into the best part, which is the eye look using the new Athr Beauty palette, and this is in the Rose Quartz new edition. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the look using this shade called Sandstone, which this was in the original palette, and I'm gonna take it on an angled fluffy brush and ever so softly just like sweep this right along my crease area, and even taking the pigment a little bit higher just to create that really nice like transition shade for the eye look. Next, to deepen up the look, I'm going to go in with the shade Scorpio, and using the same brush I'm going to press the shadow in, but I'm actually not going to take it as high as that Sandstone shade. I'm going to keep this pretty low, just sweeping in windshield wiper motions going along the crease of my eye. Now I'm going to take a smaller rounded brush, and I'm going to do a mixture of both of those shades back and forth, and then start lining my lower lash line just to give myself a little bit of depth and openness in the under eye area. Okay, so next, if you're going for an everyday shadow look, I would pick one of these four, or even this color right here, as your lid shade. So the best part about makeup is you get to choose, and I feel like any of these colors are so neutral and pretty. Like Trust is like this like champagne, like kind of perfect gold shade. Then we've got Self Love, which is more of this like peachier rose tone shadow. And then we have the Quartz, which is like a really gorgeous, just like light gold shade, and then we have Universe, which is more of that silvery tone. And then up here we have two duochrome metallics. This one is Vibes, which this one is actually the one I'm going to be using today. I am so excited about this shade. It is honestly my favorite shade in the palette, and it is a new color, and so I'm going to be using that one to go all along my eye area. It's my absolute favorite type of brown because it's like cool tone, but it's also like kind of neutral. It can go with so many different eye looks. I feel like you could wear it every day and be absolutely in love with it. So I'm going to take a actually like angled brush. It's a little less fluffy than the one I was using, and I'm going to wet it down using my Cloven Hollow Lock and Rock, and then I'm going to sweep up this Vibes shade. Oh, it's so pretty. And I'm just going to go ahead and press it all along the lid. I'm also going to take the shade and apply it right underneath my eye, just to give like a little bit of love and shimmer to this lower lash line. Next, I'm going to tap in a little bit of that white highlight shade just to tap it a little bit on my brow bone. And then a little bit on the inner corner of my eyes as well. And then I also like to take a little bit and apply it right to the center and sweep it up just to give yourself like a super, almost like dimensional glossy sheen to the eyes. I also like to take a little bit of a fluffy brush, and whatever I pushed in the center corner, I like to sweep up and connect it into this brow area. I feel like it just like lifts your eye look and makes your eyes a lot brighter on this inner part right here. So that's a good like natural trick, especially if you're trying to give yourself like really brightened and awake eye looks. So if you were just going for a natural everyday look, I would just add some mascara, maybe a little liner, and like you have a really gorgeous natural eye look. But today I want to show you multiple options. So I'm going to take this look to the nighttime, a little bit smokier, a little moodier for maybe date night or just a Saturday or just because you like makeup. So I would do this look every day, and like I said, just add your mascara and like do your brows and you'll be good to go. But I want to play with some of the cooler, like vampier shades in the palette. So I'm gonna go back in with my fluffy angled brush, and I'm gonna be picking up that matte gray eyeshadow, and I'm going to start popping it on the inner like third of my eye and like sweeping this really inward to the look. Now, if I was doing this, because I'm showing you kind of multiple options, I would do this before I laid down that lid shade, but we are gonna touch it up in just a few minutes. Love this matte gray eyeshadow because what I like about it is it's like it gets you smokiness and depth without, you know, kind of playing in a black eyeshadow, which can be really tricky. And honestly, I'm not a fan of like super dark eyeshadows on myself just because I do have more fair skin. But I feel like if I use a gray, it's like kind of more like natural looking. So I tend to like those looks better. So once I've got it like sweeped in, I'm also gonna take a little bit of this and press it on the inner part of my eye here, just to give myself almost like this halo smokiness. I honestly keep thinking that I'm messing up my eyeshadow, but as you can tell, I have freckles on my eye area starting because it's like towards the end of summer, and my freckles are like traveling at this point like everywhere on my face. But if you see a spot, it's definitely a freckle and not unblended eyeshadow. Now that I have that done, I'm going to take my angled brush again that I had wet down, and I wiped it off, and I'm gonna apply some more Cloven Hollow Lock and Rock. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and pick up that really fun Karma shade, which is this guy right here. It's a little bit darker than that Vibe shade, and I'm going to apply it right all over the center part of this eye look. Ooh, this is so pretty. Oh, I'm absolutely living for this. I really like this color. It's very like grungy and gorgeous. I Definitely like this shade. So I'm gonna go in with the Cloven Hollow liquid liner, and I'm going to do, just for fun and because I'm being like fun with my makeup, I'm going to do a fox eye eyeliner. Now you could do any eyeliner look you want. This would be really fun to also just do like a super smudgy, smoky eyeliner with like a pencil. But when I realized like how fun this color was, I was like, I'm gonna do something a little bit more fun than originally planned. So I'm gonna be quiet while I apply my eyeliner so I have full concentration. I wanted to do it really small so it's like really airy and pretty. Now is the hard part, to match the other eye. Before putting on brow gel, I wanted to get a snack. I've been actually super obsessed with these. They're these cinnamon organic gummy bears, and I picked them up because I'm 5 years old. They almost remind me of like hot tamales, but also like in gummy bear form. It's very interesting. I'm gonna go in with the Kosas brow gel and give myself like that really nice laminated brow look. I don't like to laminate my brows too much or like fluff them up too much, but I do like them to be a little fluffy. I'm just gonna throw on a little bit of mascara. This is the Lily Lolo Big Lash Mascara. I'm going to pop the Battington lashes in the Harlow 3D Silk Lashes. This one is a very fluttery lash style. I'm gonna pop them on. So I think the camera skipped recording some of it, but I just popped the Battington 25 Use False Lashes in Harlow. These are my favorite intense dramatic lash, obviously. This is when I'm in my dramatic mood, or I'm gonna go have wine with my mom or my friends. I would wear these lashes. So I'm just gonna go in with the shade Oracle from Ritual Defeat. I don't know why I think I can apply lipstick and talk at the same time. I'm just gonna throw a little bit of this on there. And then I'm gonna go in with the Lily Lolo Lip Gloss in Whisper, and this is like the perfect pale pink lip gloss to get. I'm gonna throw my clips out and we're going to sit back and admire this like very vampy, kind of like grunge look that you can make with the palette, using those darker, like more cool tone shades that are in here. So I think that you're gonna have a lot of options. I feel like this is the perfect eyeshadow palette just for like the everyday girl who maybe wants to get adventurous every great once in a while, because you can also use this gray as like a liner shade as well. So I think you're gonna have a lot of options, and at that new reduced price rate of $48, I feel like this palette gives you so many options, and for 10 shades that are absolutely gorgeous and sustainable, I don't think you can go wrong. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you had fun rather playing in the bolds or looking at a neutral look. Leave a comment below which look you would rock, the natural or the very glam bold. I would love to know which look you were loving, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. We love you, Poppy fam, and we'll see you in our next video.